Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Andrew Rants, where I talk about things that annoy me, piss me off, and just plain drive me up a wall and confuse the hell out of me. Today, I'm talking about something that gets me so mad inside that it actually boils my piss. Today, I'm talking about when people believe that anime and pornography are the same thing. They're not, folks. They're really not. Fact to be, the only middle ground that they have is something called hentai, and I'm going to get into that and explain it a little bit. By the way, you'll notice that this video does not have any pictures and it's one static image. And there's a damn good reason for that. I'm not about to try to put any of this stuff up here, get copyright claims, and get busted by YouTube for this. So, you're just going to have to listen to my voice for a while. Sorry, folks. You'll have to put up with that. Anyway, anime and pornography are two very different things. In anime, you have a wonderful plot, beautifully drawn backgrounds, and a story that could rival anything written in a book. In pornography, you just have 2 to 5 people dry humping and literally screwing each other. In anime, you have wonderful backstory, wonderful character developments, if there's any in the series, not to mention a wonderful standing in the community of there are people that watch the same thing. In porn, I wouldn't want to trust the people that are watching that on a daily basis. They might be a little scary. No offense. But there is a middle ground to both of these. It's called hentai, which is the actual adaptation of animated pornography. It is hentai. And the only reason why it mainly exists, as far as I've been brought to know and aware of, by the way, is because there's some stuff that they can do in hentai that they can't actually do in pornography. Mostly bestiality, tentacle stuff, things like that. The only reason why is because it's considered an animated feature. So the laws are a little skeptical on that. Now, do I recommend that and do I condone it? Is a gray area. I kind of say yes because it's a legal loophole that you know that they're using, and at the same time no, because it's just creepy and wrong, and it kind of gives way too much foreground. But there are still some things that are illegal, like using little children, which I totally agree with. You do not want to do that. That's horrible. That's one thing in the world that will always piss me off. If a child is either injured, hurt, or just abused, it really pisses me off to no end. But anime and porn are two highly different things. Now, a lot of people get uppity because an anime series might have fan service. Now, that doesn't mean that they're stripping naked and dancing and gyrating all over the place. No, that just basically means we're back in high school again. And you know what high school was. That's softcore porno prison that you were stuck in for 4 years. Or more if you failed a couple grades. I didn't have that problem, happily. I was out in 4 years. But let's think about it. When you're back in high school, you have to take yourself all the way back to high school. So think back for a moment. You were in high school, and you were pretty much confused. You were an adolescent. You didn't know what the world was going to be doing to you once you left those doors for good. All you cared about was, so-and-so looks kind of cute. That's basically what fan service is. You basically get this tease of a sort of thing that could be a possibility. You know it's never going to happen. You know you're never going to get anywhere. But it's there. You know it's there. And that's exactly what it is. It's just fan service. It's something that's put there to entice the fans to watch the series. A majority of them will basically be some of the overly sexualized anime characters that are female, having very tight shirts and very large breasts, while others might be a male having some very tight pants and a very, well-toned ass. Whatever floats your boat. Then you also have the people that are saying that a lot of stuff is overly sexualized whenever they see an anime series. But to them, all I have to say is this. Have you ever actually walked down an action figure aisle of any department store lately? Look at the Power Rangers figures. Some of those are a little overly sexualized, more so than their actual in-show counterparts. I don't remember Ashley in Power Rangers in Space pretty much sporting small D-cup breasts. No. I don't remember that at all. I kind of remember her being somewhat cute, but then again, I had a major crush on the original Pink Ranger. Yeah, I did. Now, granted, I did have a crush on her, on the Yellow Ranger then from In Space after, everything was said and done, and I do have certain crushes for certain seasons, so there is that. But you have characters that are way overly sexualized. You have, like, the female characters in the action figure form that are overly busty. You have the male characters that are overly muscular. They pretty much have muscles on top of muscles. And parents are like, oh, well, that's fine. Oh, but I'm not going to get into that yet. That's another topic for another day. I mean, my mom once told me that she was lucky when she was growing up if the dolls were anatomically correct. And let's face it, Ken wasn't carrying no sausage in his drawers. He didn't even have a little Vienna sausage. Nope, he had nothing. That's right. You were lucky if they were anatomically correct back then. Nowadays, that's overly sexualized. Yet the people pick on anime. Why pick on anime? I don't know. CNN even did an article years ago. They took one anime and royally brutalized it, saying that it was nothing but pornographic garbage. And what's hilarious is that they took an anime series that really was not porno. It wasn't even a hentai. In fact, I think it might have actually been a low-grade hentai, if anything. And they claim that this is what every anime series is in the world. I think Dragon Ball Z, Yu Yu Hakusho, Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, and many, many, many others would beg to differ. I seriously do. But I digress. There are some differences between anime and pornography. Like I said, anime, you have a wonderful storyline, a plot that just is so wonderfully created. In porno, you just have dry humping and screwing. Sure, occasionally they'll try to throw a story in there, but you're not really interested in it, you don't care, and it never goes anywhere. In anime, you have characters that have depth to them, that have detail, that you can care about when the series allows for it. If it's an OVA, you'll be lucky if you get anywhere. In pornos, forget it. They're on screen for one thing and one thing only. You're not watching it to know what they're doing in life. Oh, okay, so Bubblicious there is going to be a doctor in 5 years, and she's currently taking off her top. Or, okay, Max the pool boy is going to college to be an auto mechanic, and he's currently dropping his pants. Okay, yeah, I'm going to follow the characters' backstories here. The world is just so confused that you have people that will literally up and go, oh, well, you're watching porn, when all you're watching is an anime series about robots fighting in space. Now tell me how that's porn. Last time I checked, the robots have no genders. The pilots do, but the robots don't. Ugh. And then, like I said, you have hentai, which is the middle ground. But there's really nothing you can say about it, because we all know it's a middle ground. We all know why it's there, and there's really no say in it one way or another. So we know what hentai is for. We know why it's there. It's just a matter of, do we want to accept that that's what it is and try explaining it to people, or do we just want to let them have it and go, yeah, fine, you're right, I give up. Just leave me alone and let me watch this, please. So, that's what it is. But like I said before, anime is anime, porn is porn. Stop saying the two of them are the same. Because they're not. Not in a long way. Now, hentai and porn are the same thing, but anime and porn are totally different, folks. Seriously. Stop comparing the two of them. Okay? I'm Andrew Rhodes. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Is anime anime and porn porn, or are they the same thing? I want to know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit like, and don't forget to hit the like button. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you didn't like this or you did like it. And don't forget to subscribe for more Andrew Rants videos. And until next time, I'm Andrew Rhodes saying bye-bye.